Hello YouTube, this is Jay Brodo with a Cardfight Vanguard deck profile video of Dragonic Lawkeeper. I'm pretty sure most people have already seen this deck profile, maybe just earlier than mine. Maybe you've seen the Japanese profiles with a complete build, but anyway, here's my build. 3 Lawkeeper, the main Vanguard for the deck. 4 Dual X Archdragon. This is the main card you want as the rear guard, the frontline beaters with 8 or 7Ks behind when you have Lawkeeper as the Vanguard. And finally, for the grade 3s, 2 Dragonic Overlord. I might want to change this from Waterfall. I was going to pick those up today, but since I just got caught up in a snowstorm down on Long Island, that's pretty much out of the picture for today, tomorrow, and possibly Sunday. So my entire weekend. So I will not be able to test that out. And I will show you the good field for this deck, if you don't know what that is already. Grade 2s. For Nehalem, your standard 10K, which you will see a lot in this deck. Also, alternate artwork. Sweet. 3 Crossshot Garp, and 1 Dragon Armored Knight. Simply, I have this in here. I know it has the restriction against it. It's good as the Vanguard, but it's not as good as the regular 10Ks. I only have this because I don't have another one of these. I really need to get another one. 2 Berserk Dragon, simple, Counterblast 2, and pop 1 grade 2 or lower on your opponent's field. Pretty good, and 1 Tejas, also alternate artwork. This is basically a back row hitter. I believe it's the only one of its kind, and it is just very useful. Can really screw up superior rides, which we are getting a lot of. One of which is Azel. Two Ropaya. This is the main card you want to have boosting this, because if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, when this card boosts, it becomes a 10K booster, 23 lines, really good against cross rides, which we are getting in America really soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Screw over all the Overlords, all the MLB. 3 Barry. I only have 3. I generally don't get more of him because I only play 3 for any deck I get, any perfect guard, because I always find I'm drawing them into my hand, and it's just really consistent that way, because I don't want to be chucking these for another one of these. 4 Bar, standard, he's the AK booster. 4 Gojo. This is really good turn 1 if you have a lot of bad cards in hand, even after redraw. Play it, tap it, pitch 1 card from hand, and draw a new one. You can only use it once though. And the last one is what you just saw a second ago, Heat Nail Salamander. This is good at 1, it's a good tech, simply because it can make your opponent force the guard if they can't risk losing to any of their back row. Maybe they have bad cards in hand, maybe they can't play anything. It's just useful. And it's cheap, which is the nice part. Something this could change on. And lastly, we have grade 0s. Should be obvious enough. 1 Conroe, because this sucks as the starting Vanguard. 7 crit, not 8. I don't like having a large amount of crit because it takes away space for other types of trigger. And this generally works because it's 7 crit. Gonna make your opponent cut themselves either way. 5 draw. I did essentially try this out with more than this number. I tried it out at 6. I kept drawing into the draw triggers, which defeats the point of running more draw triggers. I tried 4 and it didn't come as often. I tried at 5 and it worked the best, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have terrible luck. And finally, 4 heal triggers. The best field you could possibly have for this deck is what I'm about to show you right now. If you don't know what Lawkeeper's effect is, it's basically, if you have 4 damage, Counterblast 1, bind all cards in your opponent's field, which basically means that it's basically removed from play for Vanguard, except they do come back, and at the end of the turn, if they have 5 rear guards they sent, they have to put 1 into the drop zone. Why do you want this? Dual Axe Archdragon has the same effect this card does as Vanguard. Basically, if it attacks and you have 2 or less rear guards on your opponent's side of the field, this card is a 13k hitter, this card is a 10k booster, and it's hitting your opponent for 20k. And these also get the plus 3,000 when your opponent has 2 or less rear guards. Really good. I think they realized that this card needs some more practicality, that's why they put this in, which I'm happy about. So 20k lines, this is 20k line, this is 21k line, and it's very, very good. And if you might notice I'm stuttering a little bit, that's because this is my first Vanguard video. I'll try to do better when I bring you Narukami.